Have you ever thought about how many food waste are just simply wasted and going to the landfill here, and they're just simply wasted, right?
I hadn't really thought about it, but I guess you're right. I guess we should be doing something different.
I've been thinking about all of the food waste that get thrown away in the dining hall and trying to figure out how we can become more environmentally friendly. Do you guys think it would be a good idea to start composting waste from dining hall meals?
Yeah, there are already rows of compost behind the mods and a compost bin at the farm that they use for crops. We could bring the compost there to help with sustainable farming.
Let's be realistic. How many students are going to put in the effort to compost properly? They don't even trust students to clean up the plates they break in here.
Maybe they could if they knew how much landfills hurt the environment. Did you know that landfills generate greenhouse gases that speed up climate change? And food waste make up the majority of waste in the landfill. 96% of uneaten food goes there. We really need to change how we are doing things.
And we can always put up signs on what is and isn't compostable, like the ones the school puts up near the recycling bins.
It is also much easier than most people think. You just need to separate what's compostable.
I guess that's true. What can be composted?
Food waste, coffee grounds, tea bags, wooden steerers, napkins, paper towels, and used compostable containers and utensils. They're all compostable.
But not all food waste is compostable, right?
That's true. You cannot compost meat, eggs, or dairy products. It attracts pests. We would need new bins for the compost too.
Yeah, schools that have composting programs have found that students are better at sorting out compostable waste when those bins are color-coded, like how all the recycling bins are blue. We would also need more bins at the farm to contain the greater amount of compost we will collect. Closed bins would be the best type, as this makes it harder for animals and insects to reach the compost.
I still don't know that people would do it correctly. Isn't compost easy to ruin?
Yes, that's true, but it's been found that students of colleges with composting programs are more environmentally conscious and better educated on how to compost than students in schools without composting programs. It will take time and teaching, but students can and will learn, and we could put up signs on what can and can be composted.
Okay, I guess it's not that hard. But how much better is composting than just throwing things out?
The Environmental Protection Agency actually encourages schools to compost to reduce the amount of waste and methane produced by landfills. A study that ranked alternatives to bringing waste to landfill also found that composting was among the top 3 most beneficial ways to get rid of food waste because it creates a soil-like substrate for farming. They use compost at the farm in vegetable beds, flower gardens, and on tree seedlings to improve the soil, conserve water, and sequester carbon.
How would we get the soil it makes to the farm?
Well, the farm already has volunteers who cares a lot about the sustainable farming. I'm sure that there would be a lot of students willing to bring the compost from the dining hall to the farm as well. The dining hall creates so much food waste that there would be too much compost for just our farm. We could even sell the surplus of them to nearby farms to make a profit to the school.
Does composting really make that much of a difference? Or are we coming at a massive issue with a tiny solution?
It does make a difference. I read about a school district in Washington that tried a composting program, even in their elementary schools. They were able to reduce the amount of compostable waste that goes to landfills by as much as 69% in some of their schools. Obviously, composting alone won't stop pollution and climate change entirely, but reducing it is still a step in the right direction.
There have been other colleges that have had successful composting programs, like Harvard and Dickinson. Dickinson is very similar in size to Bucknell. They also have a food pulper just like we do, but theirs gets it ready for composting. Maybe our school can do that too.
How much does composting cost? Isn't it expensive to buy all the equipment and will cost a lot for daily operations?
It is expensive at the beginning. However, if we don't do that, they are simply just a waste. In the long term, we'll start to see the benefit of composting on the local environment, and that will cost so much more to be achieved without composting.
Well, if they composted at an elementary school, I should hope that the student body here can figure it out.
It is so easy to be sustainable and environmentally friendly. It is important that we change in every way we can to combat pollution and climate change. Besides, it has been found that when students are taught to be environmentally friendly, they carry those attitudes with them later in their life. We would be helping more than just Bucknell.